Hello, folks. This is your boy. This is your man, Jimmy Carrick, on the Jimmy Carrick TV show. Once again, welcome. I'm sorry we have spent a long time without bringing new content and new episodes, but we're working on that. Actually, we have been fixed up, and we had some other things which we were handling. I'm sorry, but now we are back. We are road to 1 million subscribers, and we need you guys to support us. Subscribe to our channel, you share, you like, you comment, so that we can reach the target that we have. On my show today, I have some beautiful beautiful friends of mine.
Hi people, I'm Maureen aka Sira.
That was Maureen, a beautiful girl from Kenya. And I also have my guest, a handsome gentleman.
Hello, thank you so much, Mr. Jimmy. Thank you for bringing me to your talk show today and your television. We're so happy today. You, the viewers, have reached us to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much.
Those were my beautiful guests and handsome guests. So today we're going to talk about relationships. We have heard so much about relationships in the past. People they struggle up and down in relationship, and there's so much to be talked about. So you sit there, be my guest, take your pen and a book, write the notes home, take them to the bank. See you. So, Madam Maureen, we have heard about relationship. The term generally means a lot. What is the general view, and what do you understand by the term relationship according to you?
Oh, hi guys. So according to me, I think relationships especially is between two people who come together and agree on their terms on how to live one life. They can cohabitate, they can just be in friendship, but they are intimate. Yeah. So it's really a broad spectrum of how people relate to each other. Are you my friend or I'm not your friend? Understood? So I think relationships is a matter of how we come together. Yeah.
You know my views these days on these days relationships. When I try to compare the relationship of our fathers and our mothers era and then us today, we're two different versions, two different people. So these days we have two kind of relationship. We have first one, we have a relationship of consumption. You don't love someone but you're consuming from the person. We have relationship of love building. You can build love. So these two relationships are different. Yeah. So for example, you can see now you can be dating your girlfriend, and what she's seeing from you is not what you are seeing from her. She might be seeing you as a bank account, like ATM machine where she's taking from, but she's not building that love. You can be seeing her as just maybe maybe something that you're using for the meantime while you're waiting for the right thing, right? So these are two different negative kind of perception or negative kind of beliefs in relationship. So thank you. I think I'm okay right here. Maureen will get back.
So, thank you so much for your definition and for how you understand the term relationship. You mentioned about parents and the cohabitants, like how the relationship were, and I have heard you talking about the old ages of our parents. So, what have changed systematically from our parents' time and this time as a new generation of 21st century? What do you think has changed in terms of relationship and cohabitants, like how the youth come together to find a relationship? What is the difference between the old relationship and the new relationships? Maureen, according to you.
Wait. So, Jimmy, mentioning about parents is interesting because if you look at our parents, an example of my own parents. Yeah, my dad was very old, like they had a very big age gap. So it was interesting how he would act like the provider completely, and then my mom would stay with us at home. Today's relationships, most of us, we want to work. No one wants to stay home. We all want to be somewhere at a particular time. So I think it's giving us challenges, because if your hubby or your boyfriend comes and doesn't find you where you're supposed to be at that particular time, that is a challenge to us. Yeah. But back then it was interesting because they will arrange themselves. Mommy stays at home, daddy goes to work. Yeah. I think that is the difference between back then and today. Yeah. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Maureen. You mentioned, you're saying that during that time, our parents one could go to work, the other one could stay at home to maybe look for the kids, take care of the house, and do the housework, cause whatever. But then these days you find that things have changed. The life has become more harder. Every time you have to struggle. Like everything has become a little bit complicated. We can't compare this old age, just according to me, to the old one. So I don't know what my brother Dut here has to say about parents going to work, and for us now, our generation, they want to stay at home. I don't know what impact could that bring. Like if I'm a boy and I'm the one working alone, while my wife stays at home, just wait for me to bring something on the table. I don't know what do you have in mind in regard to that statement?
Thank you once again, Jimmy and Maureen. You know, when you discuss about things, you realize that there's something that we're lacking. Like our sister Maureen said, during those days of our mothers and our fathers, it was a bit different because our mothers could be like domestic, could be at home taking care of children, and our fathers could be out there working for the family. And you could not based on what she have talked about, it's that we these days, when you do the comparison, we don't want to sit at home. All of us don't want to sit at home. All of us want to see other people outside our relationship. But our fathers and our mothers could not do such a thing that we're doing right now. So based on what she said, she's right. Our mothers were very loyal. That's what she meant to say. And our fathers were very loyal. Our fathers knew their roles and our mothers knew their roles. But today we don't know our roles. I might be just in the house in the next 5 minutes. The next 10 minutes, I'm out with boys and I'm cheating on my wife or my girlfriend. Maybe my wife could be pretending as if she's going to the church to pray, right? But she could be seeing other guys, right? So our today's relationship, we're not satisfied with what we have. But our parents were so satisfied with what they have. So this is my view on the general view of relationship. Yeah.
To add on what Dut said, I think in terms of loyalty, that part was not shared to us after we were born in this generation. Because you look at a guy, the only thing in my head today is if my boyfriend is not around, he must be somewhere else with a girl. And before, your dad or my dad would leave for a whole week or a month without coming back home, and we are still okay as long as he's providing. That was the thing that was his role as a parent or as a man. But today, every time I think of, it's either the guy he's insecure about something with the girl, or the girl is like, how can he not just be at home at this particular moment? Where is he? As a girl, I can't go to the shop and stay for 10 minutes. Why? Because the man I have at home or in the house is like, babe, where are you? You know, like there is no trust in each other. So I think that is something we should bring to light as a generation, that we are human beings. First of all, we were not born to be in love or to be in a relationship in the first place. We are actually a product of another relationship. How do you take that? You are supposed to trust each other. If at all it's love you have, you're supposed to be to love each other like our parents did. And in as much as before then, our parents some of them were not married off because of love. Some of them were married off because it's a status. Our family is rich, your family is rich. That's why they join hands. Yeah, but today, yeah, you are trying to find it in form of love. You'll find a poor girl marrying a rich guy, or the other way around. So I think we should work more on trust in our generation. They built trust even where there was no friendship at all, at all. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to add on.
Good, good. Wow, 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 wow. We mentioned something important. Trust. Trust. Well, why do you think that in these recent times there is so much low in trust among couples?
This, so basically, in terms of trust, and that's why I gave an example of parents were married off, like girls were married off to older men, or even in some tribes they still do that. But that girl has to give herself, not just in terms of intimacy, because even if you're being intimate with someone, it means you actually trust that person. So they have let those guys before, they had let themselves give themselves in terms of body, mind, and soul, all of it together. You give it to that person you have, yeah, whether they've gone out for a second, whether they are in for a second, yeah. Plus, these days with phones, it has also brought issues that you can access my phone, but you cannot access my head. Back then, it was the case. You cannot access their heads because they didn't have phones, as in phones that have come just
Recently,
So I think the trust that was built in before is what has made most marriages in our parents' era last long. And in our era, because you have somewhere you're accessing everything that is happening between you and your friends, but your dad cannot go and stand with a friend of your mom's and start telling stories. But you'll find me gossiping about you with a friend of mine on my phone. Yeah. So we are very easily accessible than they were, and theirs was to rely on trust. But ours, as long as I can access you, why should I trust?
True.
As in, why should I? Yeah.
True, true, true. So talking of trust and accessibility, brother Dude, I want you to elaborate a bit what you understand by trust in a relationship.
Thank you so much, Jimmy, for the question again. As Maureen illustrated, she talks of the loyalty, still remain the loyalty. Like our mothers back in the days had no phones and had no any other means of communication, but they had the trust. They still had the kinds of existence, the love, right? But today we can easily access where our soulmates are. Like for example, maybe today in the morning, it's Sunday, but today in the morning I just left my wife in the room as I'm going to the church, but I've gone to other places, which is not church, right? That's already a lie. And then once your wife noticed that you didn't tell her the truth, she would think of something that will pay it back with, right? She tried to pay back that thing with. Okay, fine. For this guy, I think it's smarter than I'll pay that thing back, right? So we're so much into paying back. That's why when you see like if, for example, you cheat on your girlfriend, or I cheat on my girlfriend, or Maureen cheat on her boyfriend, all will come to our mind. It's okay, fine. I'll show Maureen what she did to me wasn't right. I'll also bring a girl. Let us see. I'll show Dude maybe what Dude did to me. I'm also going to bring a guy into my room, right? So like we're so different from that. But some other perception, we have this. We have kind of relationship where we demand a lot in relationship. Jimmy, maybe like sometime if you're focusing on what you want from the pocket of the guy or what you want from the pocket of the girl, then you don't have love. There's nothing that can build that relationship, right? So like, for example, right now, I can be dating my girlfriend. Maybe she's driving a car, maybe she's working somewhere, maybe she's a lawyer somewhere, she's earning a lot of money, and I'm just outside in town, right? And then from there, what I'll be seeing is the car and the money she has in the bank account, right? But the love will not grow, right? What if I don't have those, right? Will make me think, okay, what I want from that girl is money. Because I'm lacking money, she'll be taking me out, I'll be eating fish on the weekend, fried fish and all this, right? But what she wants from her heart, she wants me, despite my status quo, right? despite me being broke, despite me being a hustler, despite her being a lawyer, right? So like, we have one thing that we have here. Do you know that, Jimmy, you can, like, sometime you can become a good husband or good couple with your girl, like, that you grow up with, than the one you pick up from somewhere. You know why? You grow up as like brothers and sisters in the neighborhood. You grow up with that kind of love, right? Without dating yourself, right? But once you date yourself, you can become the best couple. But okay, assume that today you've come to Uganda, you're from Kenya, you get a girlfriend from here. She grew up somewhere differently. All she'll be perceiving, okay, fine, I think the Kenyan money is more stronger than ours, the economy is good, maybe this one is having money, you know, is renting here in a good apartment, all this. That will be the perception in our mind, right? Assume that Ugandan guy, big guy, has gone to Kenya. What our sisters will be taking them, no, this guy has money, it's okay, fine, he can provide for me, that's right. At least what we're having these days. A relationship these days, it is based on the standards these days. So this is it. Thank you.
Talking of earning, you mentioned something to do with maybe a man earning more than a lady. What is the impact? Because this has brought a lot of problems in marriages. Like a woman earning more than a man, it brings chaos in a marriage. It brings fight. Like the woman now wants to control, to be the head of the family. What do you think that? How does it affect the family?
Women, sometimes once they have fortunes, once they have a lot of money and they're working, they have genuine love than men having money dating girls. Ask me why.
Why?
When a lady chooses you based on your standard, you are still broke the way you are, but she has that kind of quality, but she loves you the way you are, consider that as genuine love. But when a man loves as just a random girl who has nothing, that man is taking advantage of that girl, right? I have the money, she have the beauty, right? I can use her as long as I want, right? A woman cannot use a man. You're broke already. But based on our cultures, you should be the one to provide as a man, right? But she's providing for you. That's a genuine love.
So according to you, genuine love is based on the impact about how you're earning, or genuine love is based about how you guys can come together and support each other?
Let me say this. If your mother today send you to school, if she hears that you have a flu, you're sick, she'll be quick to send money in order to cater for your treatment. Let your father hear that today is Sunday. Your mother can try by all means to make sure that you go to the clinic, right? And then your father will be okay, fine. I think on Monday in the evening after I come from work, I'll send that money and you'll go to the hospital, right? Take some water, take some paracetamol. So women, they have that genuine love, but because we men, we have taught them some characters these days. You know, we these men of this century, like 21st century, we have so much of braggy. You know, we have this kind of bragging lifestyle. When we have millions of shilling, dollars, we would want millions of women around us. But one woman who has a lot of money, she will not expect to have a lot of men around her. She would have that one genuine man, right? So that's different right here.
Yeah, I think you're defending men. So let us hear from Maureen, the beautiful lady in the building. Let us hear her perspective about this.
Okay, fine.
Maureen, from my angle of view, I think because dude is a man, is defending his fellow men, according to me. So you, as a lady, what do you think? What's your perspective on this?
It is interesting how finances can be a problem in a relationship, because as you said, yes, a man can be bossy because he has the money, but don't forget there are women who also have money. Yeah, and they'll take younger boys as their what we would call Ben 10. Yeah, so I think money is also a big problem in a relationship, especially when you both are not in a balanced feed, that a guy will put money on the table. You know, these days we are asking, what are you putting on the table? If you as a man is not putting on anything, then definitely I'll not give you the respect you deserve, of which is very wrong. Because if at all we came here for love, finances are not supposed to be our problem. And on the other side, if the guy is earning more, he will tend to go and look for some other women and make it a polygamous thing. Yet we came here as a one man, one woman. Personally, I want a one man, one woman. Yeah. And if we have agreed that you have to share, then it has to be, am I getting anything from it? Yeah. If at all you're going with some woman, are they friends with benefit? In that if at all the girl is giving you money, then bring it at home, we eat together. If I'm the wife and it's me getting money from men, then I bring it home, we eat together. Yeah, that's what I would make it look like, so that we will not have that unfairness of my man has more money, that's why he's treating me this way, or my girl has more money, that's why she's treating me like this. So I think finances should not be involved in terms of we're in a relationship. Because mainly the man should be the provider. Why not doing your job in the first place? Yeah. If at all you're not providing and I help out, don't say I'm showing off. And you as a woman, if at all you have more money than your man, it doesn't mean you should also show off. Don't go partying that every day is girls' night. No, you should also remember this is your man. Yeah, give him the respect he deserves. Sometimes you can even tip him or give him the money, tell him, hey babe, today it's you paying, in as much as you know it's your money. Yeah. So money should not come in between the two of you. I think it's a demon that most relationships have brought in, and it is eating them up slowly every day. So if at all it's actually building yourselves, let us get you have a job, I have a job, yeah, and we bring something together that is our own, so that you will not have, these days with pay slips are a bit tricky, because me, I'm getting 50,000, the other one is getting 20,000. What do we do with that? Give me the 20, the other 30. Let's invest in our own, so that at the end of the day, in as much as you're earning your 50, there is something that is balancing us. Yeah, I think that's it. So finances should not ring so many bells, but it has rung the loudest.
That caused me to think like you have had a good experience in relationship. What is the best experience in relationship?
Well, in terms of finances, there are those times that I used not to work. Personally, this is my experience.
And you as a woman.
Yes, as a woman. So there are those times
when you helping your man to build this relationship. Because sometimes, some men, sometimes you don't have money.
Mm-hmm.
So you as a girl, which part do you play? Which role do you play in your relationship to make sure that it is balanced? Sometimes your man is up, sometimes is down. Is not financially stable, you are. How do you balance this, and what is your best experience in your relationship?
So at least I have experienced relationships in different angles. In terms of, I have had a man who is richer than me, and I have had a man that is lesser than me. And for the guy who used to have money more than I did, would tend to treat me like, girl, you're not giving, as in he's treating me like I can have another person if I wanted to, I can bring someone here if I wanted to. Yeah, that kind of thing you're trying to show me since you have the money. I don't know whether that was the thing in his head, but I've also had a man that I'm earning higher than him, and most of the time they tend to think we don't care about them. Yeah, and if at all I'm doing anything or everything I can to help you or to sort out your problem, there are those minor problems that I know you can manage, but there are those other problems that we have to sit down, arrange that this is this, and don't get used to acting like you have to ask for it. Yeah, I know you need it. I know you deserve it, but how much are you asking for it? Because as a man, it's you to leave it on the table. What they call the table money. Before you leave, you have to leave something on the table, yeah? But that is a compulsory thing. But me as a wife, in as much as I'm earning more than you, if that is not happening, I'll have problems helping you. Yeah, in as much as in those bigger, because when I mean he's earning lesser than me, it means he's having something.
He's earning.
Yeah, lesser than me. So it means your responsibilities are also going on every day. So if at all you don't leave that Kameza money, I'll feel this man is not interested. He's trying to make me look like I'm the one who should do everything. Remember, and there is this thing about relationships that is tricky. The fact that I'm a woman and I'm working, I also need you to help me on something. When I come home, help me, tell me, babe, today, let me do the dishes. In as much as you're even earning higher than me, but as long as we both are working, what do you do? Because this is supposed to be teamwork. We got in a relationship scene where I didn't come here to wash your clothes. I'm not your mama in the first place. So you are supposed to balance things. If I'm late for work, what are you doing at home? You got home early, you went and sat on the couch and got a remote audio on your TikTok on the phone. You get? So if at all we are not contributing to each other's lives, definitely one will feel burdened than the other. And when the moment I start feeling burdened as a person, I'll also give it back. I'll give back that energy, and you'll also start feeling like I don't love you anymore, like I don't need you anymore.
Because not care. Like
exactly, like we are not relating the way we used to. I don't know why the fire burns out when people, because when you see a new couple, when they're so new in this love thingy, they tend to be so in love, and then after that, like it's after
people are going to ask me, is your candle still burning?
It's still there. It's burning brightly.
Because I know people are going to watch this show and going to tell me, yeah, Maureen, is she single or taken?
Well, I'm very taken, but we can talk behind the tent. So probably we will hear from Dut. Probably Dut is not taken, and he might have someone. If they treat each other nicely, he might be the lucky guy. I also plan to be a maid of honor in someone's wedding. Among the three of us, at least if I'm not the bride.
Dude, what is your take on this? According to how you have had Maureen explaining herself about relationship statuses and how the woman and the man in the house, they should come together and help each other in terms of duties and responsibilities. What is your take on this as we wind up, as we are trying to close up the show?
My take on Maureen interjection. Of course, Maureen has mentioned a very important word. If not two, it might be more than three. So, Maureen said she, like based on what she perceived, she said that if we are both married or we are home together, let us provide something on the table, because it should be our collective responsibility.
But most of the time you find a woman complaining. Okay, women tend to work, but they say their money is for themselves. But when women work, they say that money is ours. What do you think? What is your take on this statement?
Let me give this, Jimmy. My mother had been working before my father. My father has taken time without a job, right? But my mother has been a nurse. She has been receiving money. She has been taking care of us, right? It is the difference still with the generation, right? Because today, if your wife has money, she'll think it belongs to herself. But what will she do with the money? Is to take care of the children? Is she taking care of the children? Is she paying something to do with the children? Then that's fine. You're not a child to be taken care of, right? So we have to put something on the table. As she said, something had to be put on the table. Like, for example, these are sodas. There are 3 sodas. If we were not 3, we would not have 3 sodas on the table. So put something on the table collectively. You can be having 2 children. Of course, if she has money and you have money, try to make sure to provide for those kids. You might be having a daughter. As she's growing up, you know other things that women want. As she's growing up as a teenager, maybe menstruation period will come. She will not wait for you to receive the salary, because this is something that will come, right? She'll provide for
Because
that, for it.
most of the time you find when a lady is to offer you something, you are married.
Yeah.
When your woman is to offer you something, maybe money, capital, finance, she's going to tell you, I'm going to give you this money, but it's as a loan. She gives you like a loan, and you'll have to pay it back. What do you think? What is the impact of this kind of situation in a relationship? How does it affect the relationship?
It depends. It depends on the business she's running. If she's running a loan company, you're taking the money from her. There's the money for loan. But if she's receiving the salary,
Even sometimes they have their own money, like they have their savings, but still.
let me tell you this. Based on the traditional setup, based on the African traditional setup, it is the man that can provide. So it is not mandatory to force women to be providing.
You're not forcing them.
It is voluntary.
It's
So
not, it's not
they,
forced.
yeah.
It's not forced.
Yeah.
You have a project together, right?
Yeah.
And you maybe the husband or the man is not capable of raising the amount of capital needed to so that that project can build up. But now this lady, when the man comes to the lady, my wife, we have this and this, but I'm not okay. I'm lacking some little amount of money. Could you please help me to add up? The lady will give, but in assurance that after like a month or 2 or 3 or 4, the man has to pay back the money to the lady, to the wife. How is this impact? How is this projecting the relationship, and how is this affecting
This is
the
bringing doubt.
relationship of nowadays as we as young couples?
This is bringing doubt in the relationship, because if she truly loves you, she would not be demanding what she has given to you. So I see this as another means of saying, okay, fine, I am in your house temporarily. I might go any other day from now, right? So women, when they have their own money, who build their house? The man. Okay, so you see this. So most of the time, if they're demanding you so much, there's somewhere they are putting it in. Let me tell you this example. I came across some video on YouTube where the husband was paying the rent to the wife. The wife was the landlord, was the owner of the apartment, and the man was paying the money. And when the man was paying the money, the man realized later that kumbe, my wife was the landlord. What is she doing with the money? So that means she wants your money, but she cannot give you her money. So that means once you're gone, once you leave her, she don't care about you leaving her. So it depends on your relationship. There's some love which are not genuine, right? There's some love that we just show based on our affection, right? It's just on our face, but we don't have it in the heart, right? So yeah, maybe if she's demanding a lot from you that you should be giving her, okay, and she can't give you when she has a lot of money, that means something is fishy.
As we wind up,
Yeah.
what is a healthy relationship based on, and how is it built?
Healthy relationship is built based on trust. You mean you can be having a girlfriend? I sometimes advise my guys not to keep a distant relationship. You see, my grandmother told me one day that, hey, if you want to have a good wife, she have to love you, not you loving her. Because once she loves you, she will never break that chain. She will never leave you for someone else, right? But once you love her, she will be having another option. She'll be having an option. You are not the main priority, but someone else might be, right? So like if you want to have a very healthy relationship, respect, be reliable. You see this? Because if we don't respect, Jimmy, like assume that, like traditionally, based on all the African traditions, the cultures, women are not to you know, they can't be sitting on the table with the men when the men are conversing, right? But if she's having that kind of attitude and behavior, coming on the table with men and doing that thing, something is fishy. Once you are not around, your fellow men were around there, but lay down with her. 2, if you want to have a very healthy relationship, understand each other, understand the condition of each other. You must not be having a lot of wealth, but you have trust and love, right? You have trust and love. But once you have trust and love, your love will grow well. But if you forced the trust on yourself, you know, Jimmy might be doing this, maybe your girlfriend might be doing this, but you are just say, fine, you know, it will change. Maybe Jimmy will change, maybe Dude will change, right? No, there's no changes in relationship. Change is now. You're no longer a teenager where you can be told, no, do this or do not do this, right? You are someone who has grown up. What if you get pregnant? What if you make her pregnant? What next? You have someone who's coming that need your support, both of you. So at least think about something. Just think about something that can come up, right? But a perfect relationship is a relationship where you are free to ask each other what you think is right. But if you don't want to ask for what you think is right, then something is fishy.
What is your worst experience in your relationship you had before?
Thank you. You brought this. It was not on camera the other day. You know, Jimmy. I sent Jimmy because Jimmy has a Jimmy Carrick TV, the host.
Yeah.
I sent him to Bukulobi around in the Nakumat Mall, and I sent him with a gift to my girlfriend. And it's funny, by the way. It hurts, but it's funny. So I sent him with a gift to my girlfriend, the girl that I think was my girlfriend. When Jimmy reached there and called the girl, that your boyfriend has given me a gift, and he told me to guess his names, and she guessed a different name from mine. And Jimmy was like, "No, that's not the name. Are you? Maybe guess again." She got the same name, and then good enough. Jimmy called me 5 minutes later, and that dude come around. This girl is not mentioning your name, and she does not even know you, right? I said no, she knows me. And then I got the phone. Then from there I got the phone from there, and then I just talked with her, and then she was like, "No, yes, I've been dating that guy." She have been dating the guy that she have replaced me with for 3 months, and I've been dating her for 4 years. Can't you see this? People can replace each other.
She was cheating. She
has been cheating for the last 4 years. She has been changing the men. 3 months and 4 years. Do the comparison. So like me, I'm now single.
Actually,
I don't want to date.
remember.
I just want to have my free time. I just want to get a perfect girlfriend. I just don't want to just keep gambling around, right? It is easy, okay? I can get a girl I can be going out with, go for clubbing, do other things, right?
Actually,
that's not what I want.
Folks, I remember. By then, I did that loyalty on dudes. The girl mentioned like 3 boyfriends. Because first he gave us another name. Then after we told him, no, that's not the one. He tried to think for some seconds, another name. And he mentioned like 3 people. But among the 3, his name was still not yet. He has not reached yet to Dude's name. So I think Dude was number 8 or something. So he taught me something. Like, actually, basically, she was cheating on other men.
She's a cheat, by the way. And, you know, Jimmy. So from that day, I stopped talking with her because this is not what I want. This is not what I wanted. I wasted my 4 years.
How did it break down your heart? How did you feel?
It truly broke my heart because we were planning just for future, but it ended up as that's the way it was. She was not loyal in the first place. You know, Jimmy, she could demand for a lot of money. I could give her money. Once we go out, she could demand for the best hotels. And one day, I realized there was some hotel we wanted to go in, and she was like, "No, let's not go to that hotel. I don't like it." I said, but why? It's just a hotel. I like it. And something Fiji came out. Maybe she was taken to that hotel, and she's assuming that, hey, maybe. What if that boyfriend of mine who might have I'm just assuming. What if that boyfriend of mine like who has taken me to that hotel appear? What will happen? So she said, no, we're not going to that hotel. But I was pissed off. I said, okay, fine. You have the money. I think I'm going. No, why? I said no. I'm not feeling okay. Then I went. So that's it, man.
That was a bad experience.
That was a very bad experience.
Very bad experience. So are you single, or people might think, because millions of people are going to watch this show and they're going to ask me, is Dude single?
I'm very single. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't even want one now. But still, I want a responsible girl who knows what she needs.
What kind of a girl are you looking for?
I think I'm looking for a girl who's a bit having height. She can be 6 feet tall, or she can be 5'10". It's still okay, and I don't care about the skin complexion. She can be black, she can be brown, she can be white, she can be whatever. So yeah.
So for you, you're going on the physical look. So I think like you're not minding about the behaviors.
Behaviors. I want a girl.
Actually, you have just remembered because I've asked.
I want no. I know those things are something that you need to study, because someone can tell you, I'm good, I'm very loyal girl, what, but end up as a girl who's dating 20 to 40 guys, and yeah. So I'm looking for a girl who is God-fearing, because God-fearing is always the best. I want a girl who's always, when she needs me, she would want to have a time with me. And my advice to those who are looking for us: you need to be loyal, you need to be God-fearing, you need to be a bit educated. You've gone to school, you are either pursuing your degree or done with it. Yeah. So this is a man. I just feel like things are all right. Yeah, but they're all fine.
Yeah, when you see now, when the time is right, we say everything falls into place.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm sorry for that experience, but then, because I remember it very well.
Yeah.
And I know that millions of them are going to watch this video.
Yeah.
So you guys, you have heard from youths. You have heard about the relationship, how relationship are built, and how relationship should be monitored, and what we expect in a relationship. You have heard also from Maureen, and we still have more. So that was our talk today. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Dude and Maureen. And you guys will look smart.
Thank you.
Presentable. Millions of people are going to watch you. They will take your advice and they will heed to what you have told them about relationship. We're discussing about relationship and relationship matters, and how relationship affects the current youth. So you guys, we expect you to watch, to like, and to subscribe. Please hit the notification bell. Until next time, I'll see you later with Jimmy Carrick on the Jimmy Carrick TV. Love you guys. See you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, man.
Mimi unisalimie. Ama ni hug, mimi ni wa hug.
It's okay. Cut it.